Okay, so this is sort of added just like in the interest of like being truthful and I guess like true to the experience, because you know I'm not a medical professional, and if I'm sharing my experience, I'm going to share all of it. And I've made so many videos like this before where, you know, like sharing like a tip or something and like how it's like drastically improved my life, and then as soon as I get close to posting the video, like everything goes downhill, and so I just like scrap it completely because I'm like, well, it doesn't help. I think in this instance it's different because I'm just literally showing like the reality of what it's like to be medicated. And I had a good brunch this morning, which I think, you know, showcased that everyone's different, and you know I can share her story a little bit. But so I think at the beginning of the video I was saying that like I hadn't had any thoughts of wanting to, you know, end things, take my life, whatever, for like months and months and months. And then I had a thought like that when my nan passed away, like about a month or so ago. And I thought that was just because she passed away. But last night was awful. Yeah, like fantasizing, and that was the only sort of thing that gave me like peace in those moments. I wasn't at home, and I found it so, you know, like people around me were trying to talk to me, like constructively trying to like see if I'm okay, and I couldn't handle the conversation. I was like stimming out, like screaming, crying, like, you know, the thoughts of harm was just like, it was like planned. I was like, I need to get home, I need to get in my bathroom, I need to do this, like thinking like, okay, I feel really like I want to do a lot, and I need to remember like where are my safe areas, like what's gonna like not like hurt the next day sort of thing, and what's gonna like not just be like a complete travesty, chaotic bloodbath sort of thing. And I was like, yes, I needed like my tools and privacy to be able to do that. So in the meantime, I just like dug my nails into my head and into my arm, which that didn't do anything. They're plastic, so you know that made an indent that went away. But then I got home and I made a cup of tea, and I wasn't like fine, but the suicidal thoughts or suicidal plans, like not there really, not there. The want to harm, not there. I don't know if that's also implicated because like my cat was there too, so it's like the responsibility was sort of like shown in my face, like, do you really want to leave her? I'm not sure, but I wasn't stimming out. I was able to have like deep conversation. I was safe, and I think the whole sort of like time I was away from home and things were escalating, I kept saying like, I don't know where I am, and I think for like the people around me, they were just like, this is where you are, like blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know where I am. So there was a feeling of feeling unsafe. And I think all of that experience was just more like highlighted how and then obviously like everyone went home, they were like, I don't want to leave you at home. And I was like, honestly, like I feel safe, I feel good. I think we sort of spoke about like my obsession with harm, and that it only ever happens when I feel trapped, and when it's sort of got like to a degree I can't control, where like I need dairy strips, because I'm quite good at controlling, you know, getting the aggression out and then stopping. But the only time it has got to, well, I think it's only happened twice where I couldn't control it. It was just when I just felt so trapped, like there was no solace. So I think that's sort of like it's like simple but also revolutionary at the same time, because yeah, duh. But I guess I never allowed myself to believe that. It was like as a consequence of feeling trapped. And I've never sort of been in that experience to that degree, to then when I get home to feel so much better, like crazily better. Like I'm so lucky that like the people around me were understanding. They came home with me anyways. But you know, like I was an experience with people that I just baffled me, really, that I kind of, like, I'm still baffled as to how they made me feel that way, like the people that I was with before I came home, and how I can't baffled. And I had to, a lot of it was internalized because, like, they were struggling mentally, so I was advised not to cause a scene, sort of thing. So everything I was feeling was internalized, and I'm still baffled at this, the sort of, like, yeah, that I don't know, that, like, just how everyone's different, and some people just don't be around if they make you feel like that. Filming. But basically, like, the fantasizing and stuff is new. Like, fantasizing about new ways. And then, like, when I was fantasizing. And then, when I was fantasizing, I felt my body, like, unclench once it happened. And that was sort of, like, enough to sort of, like, the fantasizing was enough to not actually do it, because it did relax me. But that's, I guess, just something new. And I don't say these things to, like, scare you. My friend today I went to brunch with was telling me how she's just got off medication, and how, like, sometimes she goes on it, sometimes she goes off it, sometimes she changes medication. And, like, for her, like, she knows her limits. I know my limits. Do I think I will actually leave this earth? No. maybe the fantasizing has always been enough for me. Yeah, mine's sort of just like, let me sleep and let everyone get off my back and let me wake up and no one's on my back. That's what I want. That's what I want. No expectations, no responsibilities, just me and surrounded by people that love me, and that's it. But people are different. Like, I try and verbalize things, right? And think if people are adult enough, like, I don't even mean it in like a horrible way, like if you're an adult. But then it's hard because then I also am aware that everyone's different and like growth gets staggered and stuff in different ways. But like, I'm communicating how I'm feeling. So then let's have a conversation. But it's just ignored. Like, yeah. I guess we don't need to go into the events that massively just sent me in it. But the people are different. And the more new people I meet, the more I realise that, gosh, if you love people in your life, then fucking hold them dear, because there are people out there that, you know, maybe the people you love them. And that's a weird thing, but yeah. I guess just knowing my limits, knowing staying close to home, knowing, you know, if I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna drive. Because if anyone makes me feel like that, I'm gonna leave. Because I think I always thought that like you can communicate anything, like you can talk anything out. I just thought that like the people in, at least the people I love circle, would be like-minded like that, but like I was literally saying like, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know how to converse. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I'm confused. And said how certain things made me feel, and just the only actual like conversation part of that was someone just saying to me like no one responded to me being confused, me not knowing what's going on. It was just laughter. I'm just like, oh, my nail almost came off. I was just like going crazy, like, okay. Like, But the only time anyone actually said anything back to me, rather than just ignore me and start a different conversation, was saying, yeah, but like, I don't care, it's funny, I like the conflict. And that was the person that was most struggling, that I was advised not to start something with. So yeah, I hope their evening went differently to mine. Because they were protected from that. But yeah, I'm not here to moan. I need to remind myself that I'm not here to moan. Maybe I'm here to vent. And I'm very grateful for that. But it's not your problem. What I am here to highlight through that experience is that people are different. And understanding my limits there, where, you know, I'm on the mexifenflaxin. And my friend actually told me today that that's a different kind of drug which stimulates two different happy hormones. I think it was like adrenaline and serotonin, or some kind of adrenaline hormone. So I was like, okay, I don't want to go into another drug because, you know, I don't want to lose one. But I think it's sort of just understanding my limits and the scenarios I'm in. And, you know, if I'm made to feel not welcome at that table, make sure I know how to leave it. Yeah, make sure that, you know, I have my cup. And if anyone makes me feel that way, I'm going. Whether my friends come with me or not. I guess today's sort of been like I'm so lucky that my friend took me out, and that was like a pre-existing plan. And I spoke to my dad about it in the moment because I was really struggling, and he was just saying like, I love you, don't bottle him. But he's been there with anger. Yeah, he's sort of been there with anger and exploding, and now he's matured and slowed down, quieted down a bit, and so I think he's trying to bestow that wisdom onto me. But yeah, so I guess my takeaway from the events is that, sometimes you can get lots of bursts of wanting these bad things and not acting on them. So if you've had a thought of like wanting to do something, like, you're not alone in that. Like, my experience is different from your experience. Especially my experience younger was completely different to what I'm experiencing now. And I would much rather experience what I'm experiencing now than what I experienced when I was younger, even though it was to a lesser degree of what I was feeling. But I understand me more now. Like, I know that what happened at the weekend, like just gone, was a result of not being close to home, not having my own car, and not knowing where I was, and not like being able to get out of that situation. Just assuming that people will communicate things, and if I communicate things, I'll be respected enough to have a conversation with and not ignored. And I think that was so triggering. And so I guess more deeply understanding my triggers, and I guess then being aware, like, if I am in a situation with someone new or new people, like, have no expectations from them. Vocalize how you feel. If they disrespect that in response or ignore you, or like say basically they don't care, they're enjoying it, go. Don't keep yourself in that position, even if people you love are there and are telling you, like, do it for them. Like, it's, if I'd have been left to my own devices, like, absolutely not. Would not even be making this video, because the feeling of being trapped is awful. I knew that obviously my loved one wasn't going to leave me alone, so I knew that I was safe deep down, I guess. Like, if I did try and go off by myself, that I would probably be followed, or I'd be made to stay, which, whatever. But like, they know me enough to make sure that I'll recognise that when crisis mode is happening. So I guess if you are feeling trapped and you do feel alone, like, the only advice I truly have is Samaritans, and I will link their number below. I've never actually called them, but I know people who have. I know people who have volunteered for them, like, because sometimes with people we love, like, we don't want to put it on them, and when we do want to leave, like, we're just gonna lie to them. I feel like this is getting a bit deep now, but also just remember that, like, this is why I think it's important to share, and why, like, my mental health training was, like, interesting to, like, bring into this channel, because it's like I've said to you, like, I don't want to leave. I want the pressure to stop, and I want to wake up again without all the pressure. And I have a good life. Like, I mean, even talking to a lady last night, like, and talking to, like, my friend this morning, like, I have a good life. Like, I don't know how these women survive. So everything is relative. I hate the fact, like, oh, what they got to moan about. One, you don't fucking even know. Walk in their shoes. We don't know. But also, if someone walked in my shoes, they would understand that there's not much to moan about. It's just my head. And I guess, like, traumas from when I was younger, and grief. I think I'm struggling with grief a lot. But yeah, I guess this is a true, like, but yeah, knowing that, like, if I'm close to home, like, 99.9% I'm gonna be a-okay. Close to my bed, like, everything's a tip right now. Like, it's messy here, and, like, people try and make me feel bad about that, and You know, I've slept pretty much all day. After my brunch, I got home and I slept, and now I need to get up and eat because I haven't been eating properly. Which is like another sort of thing in itself. Sort of, that's like the first thing that happens to me when, like, people I spoke to last night when I was home were like, things are happening more frequently. Also drinking. I don't drink. I shouldn't also drink on my medication. But drinking. Mixing drinks. Like, you know, it's obviously just going to make things so much worse. And it does. So that's like a telltale sign. And then, yeah, so they were talking to me. They were like, I don't think you're okay. And I was like, honestly, I've noticed I've been skipping meals. And I think, in my mind, I've been saying it's for, like, budget reasons. Like, well, I haven't made lunch, so I'm not going to buy lunch. Like, I'll just make it. And I never make lunch. And I never buy lunch. And I think, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I'm going to go try and eat. I've had my advent calendar. So, you know, woke up, need to eat. Shaking my tablet. I also think that's the side effects of not taking your tablet, for me, is the worst one is the dreams. The bad dreams. Pardon me, because they're just awful. So even last night I was like, I don't want to take it, but I will take it just before I go to, it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to take it, but I am just before I go to sleep so I don't get a bad dream. So I'm still gonna take it, but it's almost like I don't want to be present when I take it. I don't want to acknowledge that I'm taking it. Like, I don't know. Do I think I'd be better without it? I think at this moment in time, you know, maybe. Like, I'm much more sleepier, which maybe, you know, gets you into a depressive routine. And, you know, I think that's an interesting option to explore. But also, I'm not capable to face the side effects of being weaned off. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. I know my limit with that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. But you know, I couldn't upload the video without saying that, because, you know, it wasn't a true representation, and I'd hate for someone to view it, feel bad because they've had more frequent instances of wanting to harm and stuff, even if they haven't, or even if they have, than I am, and being like, oh shit, like, whatever. And like, everyone's experience is different, but if I still made someone feel guilty but also didn't share the fact that I had a recent episode of wanting to harm and end things, then, or even fantasizing about it, then, like, you know, I just need to say my piece for my conscience. And I am extremely sorry if I've triggered anyone, because I know it's gonna be extremely triggering. You know, like, am I making this video for like free therapy for myself, or like an archive to look back on one day? I don't know. You know, I think it's important to share experiences. Also to note, would I watch this video? Absolutely not, because I would be triggered to the fuck. Like, hearing about other people's experiences, unless it's in like a casual conversation, like over brunch and stuff, or like just I don't know, triggers me so much. And I think it makes me feel invalidated, undervalued, like isolated. So please protect yourself. Like, know that I wouldn't even watch this, but I think I'm going on a spiral now. But then I was thinking, like, I've heard that, like, share it because it helps others. Well, I don't know. Hopefully it helps. Maybe it's just free therapy for me, and in which case it's helping me. But yeah. Well. But yeah, no, I'm truly okay, doing much better. I'm feeling the sort of side effects of the mixing alcohol with the medication, and the after effects of just being baffled by how I've let people make me feel, but just also the expectation I have on people not being right is sort of jarring. Because, like, I heard nice things about these people. I don't understand. I think I feel very alienated, very isolated. Why? Yeah, I just don't But everyone's different, and I'm just going to choose to accept that. And just like little by little, you know, like day by day is what we're doing at the minute. Not necessarily, I feel like we're doing more than that, but also to get through the big, like, month by months is day by day. Moment by bloody moment. But I also got this light from Primark for £4, which is what I've been using. Otherwise it would just be like this. And it's got suction cups on the back, and I just like stick it to my mirror, and it's just like 4 batteries in the back of it. But I was like, yo, that's gonna be so much better than any like professional light I've bought for my videos. So yeah, this one's probably going to be a long one, so hopefully it will off-put people who do get easily triggered. I am very, very sorry if this has hurt you in any way. Like, very, very sorry. I don't want to. I just feel very like, in my gut, I need to edit and post this. It's like, film it, say it, edit, post it. And so that's what I'm going to do. And if you're watching it, then I've done that. If I'm watching it on my phone, like in about 2 years from now, then I haven't done that. Stuffed animals though, right? Because I think I need the company to be able to end this video. I'm going to take her downstairs with me and eat some food, even if it's just toast. Because I feel like when I get like this, like I don't know how to make food. I don't know what goes with what. I just want to eat sugar and pickled onions, and then I'm wondering why I'm feeling sick. It's just like, then I can vocalize that and it makes sense, but I can't do that. Bro, if you're a psychiatrist and you're watching this, like, hit me up. But no, like, it sounds crazy. Like, I do have it together. That's right. But no, I just want to share like the ins and outs of my brain, because I don't know. I'm going to stop disclaiming. I've just bloody said it. Okay, I've just said whatever I've said for the past 27 minutes. Okay, well, I'm going to go and have some nice yummy food. And hydration as well. The girl's not been drinking. Coke, coffee, tea, that's it. Which is lovely, but I think I need water. But also in these moments, I think my Danny definitely highlights, like, just enjoy things. Like, if I want a Coke, have a Coke. Like, I'm not going to drink water anyways, because I'm not drinking water for some weird reason. So have a bloody Coke. Like, if it's going to make you feel a little bit better, do it. And he's great at doing, like I'll put sugar in my tea, because it makes it taste nice. You know, like, just whatever. But I'm gonna love you and leave you with that. I do love you, even if I triggered you, the house. I love you, and I am proud of you, because oh my gosh, this is heavy. But also, I'd be proud of you anyways. But I'll see you when I next see you.